Hello and a very good day to everyone. My name is Ong Yen Hao. I am from PP Science class. And in this presentation, I will be sharing a digital science project that I developed using Scratch. This project focuses on teaching the science primary school year 3 topic animals, specifically herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. I create this project as part of my coursework that is Computational Thinking Plug-in Project, where we will request to integrate computational thinking that is city skills in science education through a plug-in activity. This meaning that involves the use of digital tools. I decided to use Scratch, that is a visual block-based programming platform. It is because it is a beginner-friendly and allows me to combine short storytelling, animations, and games in one place. This presentation will include a brief overview of the topic I have chosen, that is primary school year 3 topics, animals. The computational thinking skill that I apply in this project, the development process of the project, and how this project can benefit primary science education in school. Firstly, let's see my Scratch now. Enjoy! Okay, now let's see my plugin project. That is the Scratch one. This is the animals. This is the instruction. Before you play, you need to see the instruction for the seeing the lesson and for the game 1 and game 2 instruction. So this is also the notes or and credit that is write by me about the description of these Scratch. Okay, let's see my Scratch. Please enjoy.
Hi, I'm Teacher Ong. Today, we are going to discuss about types of animals. Do you know how many types of animals are there?
I know, 3.
Yes, you are right. There are 3 types of animals, which are herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. What is the animal band?
It's a rabbit, teacher.
Do you know what rabbit is?
Carrot.
Correct. Carrot is a kind of rabbit is a herbivore.
Teacher, what is a herbivore?
Herbivores are animals that eat only vegetables.
Oh, now I know, teacher.
Ben, do you know other animals that are also herbivores?
Giraffe and chimpanzee.
Yes, Ben. Your answer is correct. Ben, do you know herbivores have what teeth? Herbivores have incisors and molars teeth.
Alright, teacher.
What does a lion eat, Ben?
Me.
Yes, lion eats other animals' meat, so lion is a carnivore.
Teacher, is a tiger and eagle also carnivore?
Yes, Ben. They also eat meat.
Teacher, what teeth does a carnivore have?
Carnivores have canines teeth. Ben, what animals is omnivore?
Teacher, what is omnivore?
Omnivore is animal that eat both vegetables and
Oh, so are these chickens
yes, Ben,
omnivores?
you are right. Chickens are omnivore. Do you see the duck over there?
Yes, teacher. What's wrong?
The duck is also an omnivore. What other teeth of omnivore have?
I don't know, teacher.
Omnivores have incisors, molars, and canines.
Thank you for viewing my Scratch. That's fantastic and amazing, right? Okay, now I would like to brief on the topic that I use in the Scratch project. The topic I chose is animals, specifically herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores, which is topic of the science primary school year 3. Based on the DSKP of this topic, students will learn to understand and explain the food habits of different animals. By the end of the lesson, students should be able to classify animals based on their food habits. They should be able to explain with examples the food habits of herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Students should also be able to make inference about groups of animals based on their food habits. In addition, they will compare and contrast the dentition that is type of teeth of herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Students will also be able to present their observations about animal food habits, creativity through drawings, digital tools, ICT, writing, or verbal presentations. Hence, in this topic, students must understand and classify animals into three main categories. That is herbivores, is animals that eat only plants and vegetables, such as what animals is herbivores? That is rabbit and sheep. Cat. The second category is carnivores. So what is the carnivores? What is the meanings of carnivores? Carnivores is animals that eat only meat. What is the examples of the carnivores? Such as tiger, specifically the tiger Malaya, and lion. Lastly, the category is omnivores. This is the special category animals because omnivore is animals that eat both meat, that is other animals, and plants. For example of the omnivore animals is monkey and chicken. This is an important foundation for the young learners because it helps them connect real-life animals with their natural diets and also understand the relationship between food, animals, and ecosystem. However, for many students, especially those in year 3, that is primary school, scientific classifications may seem boring or too abstract that they cannot imagine if taught only through textbook explanations or chalk and thought method. That is the traditional method that is teach with using the book text only, like write and read and read the books only. That's why I decided to use Scratch to create a fun, interactive learning experience where students can listen, watch, create, and play while learning the content that is the fun learning for the student. So when they play the scratch, they will from the scratch they will be learned. That is when playing, they will study. So this is the most effective method for the student that is specifically for the primary school students to learn and understand about the topic. Now, we want to see about what is city skills. That is computational thinking. Computational thinking skills are a set of thinking strategies that help students to solve problems in a structured, logical, and efficient way. These skills can help students to break down complex and hard ideas, recognize important patterns focus on key information and designs clear step-by-step instruction to reach a solution. Although the word computational sounds like it involves computers, city skills do not require any technology. Instead, this skill is used to train the brain to think like a computer that is clearly, logically, and step by step. This is the skill that is very useful and highly beneficial for both students and adults because it supports understanding in science and mathematics and can also be applied to problems in daily life. Do you know have how many city skills in our world? Let's give you 5 seconds to think. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, that's 5. Do you know which 5? And I also give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is decompositions, pattern recognitions, abstraction, evaluations, and algorithm. Now, I would like to share about the integration of computation thinking skills in this project. As I develop this project, I make sure to incorporate at least 4 computational thinking skills in that in the projects. The computational thinking skill that I integrate and put in these Scratch projects is decompositions, pattern recognitions, abstraction, and algorithm. First, I apply decompositions. What is decompositions? Decomposition is the process of breaking down a big problems or complex topic into smaller, easier parts that are more manageable to understand or solve. We can use decompositions to break something down into smaller parts when it is too large or too complex to handle all at once. The decompositions can help students focus on one part at a time without feeling overwhelmed. So, in this class project, I divide the lesson into 3 sections. Which 3 sections? Firstly is a dialogue-based teaching segment. That is, I made a dialogue. There is a teacher, there's teacher on, it's me, and a student Ben. I will explain the herbivores, omnivores, and carnivores to the student and give the examples for the student that this can like a storytelling parts. And secondly, a catching scheme to reinforce the animal diets. The lastly is a shadow matching quiz to test the classification. These 2 games is like give the student after the lesson what they already understand and use it in the game to solve to complete the game's task. Or if they in the game they also can learn about like they when they catch the rabbits, when they if they do then they catch wrongs the foods for the rabbits, like they catch the meats for the rabbits that's wrong. So in these games they will know that oh, the rabbit is not eats the meats because the score of the game will be subtract. So when the correct answer is when the rabbit eats the vegetable like the carrots, banana, the score will be increased, will be add. So in this game they will be know about that what is the food that the must eat. So this makes it easy to capture the content and students to follow the lesson step by step. And use the recognitions. What is pattern recognition? Pattern recognition is the ability to notice similarities, trends, or repetition among objects. Students can predict and group things more easily by identifying patterns. This skill can help students easily understand how certain characteristics often appear together. In this project, students repeatedly observe the pattern that herbivores eat plants, carnivores eat meat, and omnivores eat both, as meat, plants, and the meat. By interacting with the animal characters and observing what food they eat, students begin to see clearly patterns in animal eating habits. Next is abstraction that's the city skill that I use in the Scratch project. So what is the abstraction first? Abstraction is we remove the unnecessary details that is not important. Focus on the essential information, that is the important details. Abstraction helps students filter out distractions and concentrate on the data that matters most for solving a problem. For example, instead of showing complex ecological system like a net system, I simplify the lesson by using common animals like rabbits, lions, and monkeys. Each animal is linked only to its relevant food items and type of tea. This helps students concentrate on the main concept. Finally, I used the algorithms. The algorithm thinking was involved as I designed the logic behind the games and in the blocks. I programmed response such as if the rabbit a carrot is a vegetable. So add a prime because the rabbit is a herbivorous animal. Okay, the second scratch block is if the tiger catch the grass. You may know that the tiger is a carnivore. They not eat the plants. They not eat the grass. So because they is carnivore, so they will subtract a point. If the students match the bear is shadow, display correct feedback. This step-by-step logical instruction not only made the project work correctly, but also model how computers and systems think in sequence. Now I would like to share how I developed the project in Scratch. Let me now describe how I developed the project in Scratch. The first part is a dialogue animations between myself, Teacher Ong, and a virtual student named Ben. I use Scratch sprites to represent both characters. I programmed the script so that the character have a back and forth conversations about what herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores are. For example, I asked Ben what a rabbit is, and he answered, "Carrot." I explained the rabbits are herbivores because they eat vegetables. I then asked about lions, and Ben answered, "Me." So I told him lions are carnivores. Finally, I asked what kinds of animals eat both plants and meat, and Ben identified the monkey and chicken as the example of the omnivore. I also added facts about animal key types, which are included in the DSKP syllabus. For example, herbivores have scissors molars. Carnivores have sharp canines. And lastly, omnivores have all three types of teeth, that is, incisors, molars, and the canines. The second part is an interactive catching game. I created three animals choice: a rabbit, a tiger, and a monkey. The player need to move the animal that is present, and the food items fall from the top of the screen. So they need to move the animals and catch the item that is correct for the animals that is present. So, as for example, the rabbit must catch vegetables because when the screen will fall, they will fall chicken, like the carrots, bananas, and the meat. So the student need to catch the correct and truth foods for the presence of the animals. The rabbit must catch vegetables like carrots and bananas, but avoid meat. If they catch the meat, they will be subtract their score or mark. So the tiger must catch only meat and avoid grass or fruit. Same with the rabbits. When the tiger catch wrong, they catch the grass or fruits for the tiger. They must be subtract the coin for the or score for the players or the student. If they catch the truth and the correct food for the tiger like meat for the tiger, they will be added the point, added the score and win the games. Lastly, the monkey being an omnivore, so they can catch everything. So you can get the full point and the many point in this character that's animals that is monkey because it can eat what food, the plants or meats. If the player catch the correct food, so they will earn the prize. If they catch the wrong, they will be their score will be goes down. This is the instruction for this game. So this give immediate feedback and help reinforce the classification of the animal. The third part, also the last part, is the shadow matching game. I include three animals: a bear, a snake, and a sheep. Why I put these three animals? The different because they is with the each one of the animals. There is bear is the omnivore, the snake is a carnivorous, and the sheep is a herbivorous. The student have to match each animal to its correct shadow. Once they do, the animals speak and give a brief description. For example, when they match the bear from the full picture to the shadow of the bear, there's need to correct shadow for the bear. The bear is the correct match. The bear will say, "You are correct. I am a bear. Oh, I am an omnivore. I have incisions and canines and molar teeth." So when the sheep, you mix and match the sheep into the correct shadow, the sheep will say, "I'm a herbivore. I have incisions and molar teeth." For the same for the snake, if the snake moves the snake shadow to the snake to the correct shadow, the snake will say, "Shh, I have a carnivores, I have a canines." This part not only check the student understanding but also integrate science facts in an interactive format. Lastly, I would like to share about how the project is beneficial in school. This project provides a multiple benefit for the primary science education, especially for the year 3 students. Firstly, it makes a learning more engaging. Students are not longer just reading or listening, but they are interacting. That is can touch and play the games. They are parts of the learning process, and this can motivate them to participate actively because there is uh, uh, in the learning progress, so they will make fast and will be happy to learn about it. So the secondly is it give an instant effect feedback. If they choose the wrong answer, like for the cash game or the shadow games, in the games they will be see their score drop. So this encourage them to think carefully and understand the concept better. Okay. The thirdly is support different type of the learners. Visual learners benefit from the colorful sprites and animation. Auditory learners benefit from the voice dialogues. The kinetics learners enjoy the interactive and nature of the games. Fourth, this project encourages self-paced learning. Students can replay the games as many times as they want until they fully understand the topic. Support mastery learning, that is like the traditional thing. The traditional method is only like the teacher only talk. The teacher possible can talk 2 times or 3 times only, but not possible that not 100% that all the student can be understand about the topic. So if the student is not understand about the topic, if use this scratch, they will be repeat and repeat and repeat until repeat until 100 times, and this is free for everyone. So for the students, so they can be fully understand about this topic, and this and with this class they will be happy to learn about it. And so the fifth is of the benefits is promote a 21st century skill such as problem solving, logical reasoning, and digital literacy. All of these are important into the digital world. Lastly, this project is aligned with the DSKP, that is Document Standard Curriculums and Pentasiran for Science Year 3 students. It teach animals classifications, feeding habit, and the type of tea, all in a way that is curriculum compliant yet far more engaging than traditional methods. So I would like to have a conclusion and reflections to me. And in conclusion, development this crash project allowed me to explore how computational city and great digital tools can be integrated into science education, because we are the future is a science teacher. So it has taught me how to design meaningful, interactive context that supports both conceptual understanding and student engagement. As a future science teacher, I believe such project can play a big role in transforming how we teach science in schools. We no longer have to rely on textbook. With the simple tools like the Scratch, we can bring topics to life and make learning fun, meaningful, and effective. That the student can fun and meaningful to play the game, and can be understand, can be know about the topics. So in the future, I plan to improve the project further by adding more animals, more question levels, and even language options like have Chinese, have the Tamil, or also have our Cantonese, Hokkien. There's different language, or the Japan or France language. There's the different language for the student. That's made it amazing and interactive. So I would also hope to explore how platform like think card, Canva, and PowerPoint games. The I think I have tried to explore it, and I have just see about the YouTube that how they do the PowerPoint games. Or that is fantastic. It's more interactive, colorful, and very amazing. That can be when playing, the student can be fun to understand and be uh, know can be know about the concept or the theory or the informations. Thank you everyone for listening my presentation. I hope that everyone can with me to make more steps in science education. Thank you everyone.